What's going on, guys? Welcome to this week's edition of myGSPN's Double Take. I'm Ricky Saborido.
And I'm Will Saborido.
And as you guys know, the show is brought to you by GardenGrocer.com as well as YouDiscoverFlorida.com.
Yes, sir, Rick. Last week we had a lot of games. We had the old doubleheader, the Thursday night games, as well as the Friday night games. Let's start with the Friday night game. We were at the South Lake taking on Springstead.
Yep, it was senior night for South Lake. Unfortunately, they came in at 3-4. On the flip side, Springstead came in at 7-0 undefeated.
Yes, and Springstead has only given up 38 points on the entire season. They have 4 shutouts as well.
Yeah, really impressive stat. Very nice. Defense. So this game was kind of slow starting out in the first half for both teams. You can see here we had a rushing touchdown for Springstead by Anthony Alexis, which put them up 14-0 with 9 minutes remaining. In the second quarter, South Lake would go on to convert a field goal, but that would pretty much do it for the first half. Springstead takes the lead going into halftime, 14-3.
Things would pick up in the second half. Coming out of the locker room, Springstead would attempt an onside kick, and South Lake's DJ Boykin picks it up and takes it all the way to the house for a touchdown.
The South Lake bench was going crazy when this happened.
They were going nuts, and just they had all the momentum on their side. It seemed like, with the score 14-10, but just when you think South Lake has that momentum, a couple possessions later, Springstead is going to block a punt and take it in the end zone for a touchdown, putting them back up 21-10.
Yeah, great play there from special teams on both sides. Springstead would keep their foot on the gas as defensive back David Rivera would get an interception, which led directly to another Anthony Alexis touchdown, making it 28-10. And then Toby Rahman, number 34, would get in on the action. He got a rushing touchdown, making it 35-10 Springstead, and that would pretty much do it.
Both teams would exchange a couple touchdowns late, final score being 42-23 in favor of Springstead. And after the game, we had an opportunity to catch up with their head coach, Coach Garofano, with an interview.
It feels great. I felt like we played well in all phases of the game. Faced a little bit of adversity towards the end, but we came together. Offensively, we moved the chains and kept their offense off the field and just kept drives going. I was pleased with the way we played, pleased with the way we got after it. And South Lake's quality opponent. They're well coached, and it's a credit to them. But our guys came out to play, and they did a great job.
And you guys are undefeated. You guys ready to play on?
Yeah, we actually have a district title game next week against Lake Mineola, and they got a really good team. I think they're 5 or 6-2, but 2 losses against undefeated teams like 8A and 7A teams. So we got to come to play because they got a bunch of athletes. So we're gonna have to control the clock and keep them off the field.
All right, Will, that was the Friday night game. Now, the Thursday night game was a much closer matchup. That was between Lake Brantley and West Orange. Both teams came into this game at 4-3. West Orange quarterback was out, though.
That's right. Julian Calvas is still out for West Orange, so sophomore Tyler Huff did get the start for the Warriors.
Now, West Orange would open up this game with a Seneca Sigler rushing touchdown, but they would miss the extra point, so they have a 6-0 lead. And that's when Travis Lesko would get his first touchdown of the game for Lake Brantley, and I promise you're going to hear his name a lot today. This would give them the lead 7-6.
West Orange would respond as sophomore quarterback Huff hands it to running back Seneca Sigler, who goes absolutely beast mode, breaking multiple tackles and scoring a rushing touchdown of his own. You're going to see that play on Gonzo's Top 5. This put West Orange up 13-7, and that would be the score heading into halftime.
Yeah, that was a great run there. Now, after halftime, Lake Brantley would go for an onside kick, and they would recover, stealing the momentum away from West Orange. That onside kick would eventually lead to another Travis Lesko rushing touchdown, his second of the game, regaining the lead 14-13 with 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
And just minutes later, Lake Brantley would strike again as defensive back Daniel Neves intercepts a pass for Lake Brantley. This would set up another Travis Lesko rushing touchdown, his third of the game, putting Lake Brantley up 21-13 with just 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Now, here's where things would start to get interesting, guys. The Warriors are down by 8 points, so they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to keep this game going. And Tyler Huff, sophomore quarterback, did just that. He converts a touchdown pass to Jalen Carleys with 3:50 remaining in the game, and the all-important 2-point conversion was converted, and we got a ball game 21-21.
What a finish here down the stretch. Both teams playing great. Lake Brantley now has an opportunity to win the game with under 4 minutes remaining. Travis Lesko will get the kick return and set them up with great field position, and Lake Brantley would continue to drive the ball down the field to the goal line, and with just 9 seconds on the clock, who do you know, Travis Lesko scores his 4th rushing touchdown of the game, putting Lake Brantley up 28-21.
Yeah, those were two really impressive drives, Will, from both teams.
Absolutely.
But Lake Brantley with that game-winning drive. Now, West Orange would have a chance at the end, guys. They had a kind of a desperation pass, but it ends up getting picked off, and that would do it. Game over, 28-21. We had a chance to speak with Lake Brantley's head coach, David Delfiacco, after the game. Take a listen.
It feels great. I tell you, last week we ended on defense stopping them, Ocoee, and this week we end up the offense going in and punching it in.
Right.
I knew when we had the good kickoff return, we were able to run the football with our triple option, and the kids just played hard, came off the football, and played our smash mouth triple option football, and that's what we believe in.
All right, Rick, so Lake Brantley does get the win. They improved to 5-3, and they face an Evans team this week who's also 5-3, but they are coming off 2 losses in a row. They did get beat pretty bad last week to a good Apopka team, but They did lose 28-0. Who you got? Who you got in that game?
I'm going Lake Brantley.
Lake Brantley?
It's in Lake Brantley. I think, as you mentioned, Evans is coming off 2 losses in a row.
Right.
I think Lake Brantley's going to ride their momentum and get the big win against Evans.
I got Evans. 2 losses in a row. They're a good team. I think they're going to bounce back, go into Lake Brantley, and get the win. And then as far, we got West Orange. They got a district matchup taking on Ocoee on Thursday. Who you got?
Yep. This one is in Ocoee. I am going West Orange in this one. I think hopefully Calvez will be back by then. They can get some momentum going on that offense and get the win.
I'm going to take West Orange as well, coming off that loss. They're also a good program, and they're going to go into Ocoee and get that win.
All right, we'll see what happens. That's going to do it for our show today, guys. We would like to thank our sponsors, Garden Grocer. If you are staying in the Orlando area at one of the Disney resorts, place an order for groceries to be delivered to your room at the time of check-in. Save money and time by shopping with Garden Grocer. And also UDiscover Florida. If you're looking for a new restaurant, hotel, or attraction, check them out on Instagram at UDiscover Florida or udiscoverflorida.com.
By the way, guys, myGSPN is looking for interns. So if you love sports and talking about sports, then myGSPN has just the job for you. We are looking for writers, reporters, and photogs. So if you're in high school and are eager to learn, then reach out to Brianna Gonzalez at brianna.mygspn@gmail.com.
Thank you guys again for joining us on this week's edition of Double Take. I'm Ricky Saborido.
And I'm Will Saborido.
And as you guys know, it is your sports,
all you,
all the time.